Let me say something. If you think all water tastes the same, you can't be trusted. You cannot be trusted. Moreover, if you drink spring water and you think it's delicious, you're out of here. If you drink Dasani on purpose, let me start before I start some mess. No, but it's okay. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vinia McKell. Thank you so much for being here with me today. We're doing a very fun video today. We are doing a content creator tag. Secrets of a content creator. This was created by Naturally Liz. And she had some very, very good questions. I'm really excited to do this. Before we get into that, you know, I have to always thank my amazing, beautiful, incredible subscribers. Y'all are 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. POP, hold it down. Tell the truth, shame it over, squad in the building. Say that 3 times fast. You can't do it. But I can, because I got the best subscribers in the whole world. You don't get them better than y'all. Don't get them better than us. We lit. So, like I said, this was Naturally Liz. She created this tag. And shout out to people who create tags. I have created one, shameless plug. It's called, I don't remember what it's called, but it's a tag. And you just talk about perfumes that you wish you could smell again for the first time. I'll tag the video. Shameless plug. Man, don't shame my game. I created the tag. It's lit. But Naturally Liz created this tag. Super dope questions. I think she tagged me in the video. When I watched it, she was using her fragrance journal, and when I tell you I about teared up, I about welled up, because it was seeing someone use your product organically, seeing someone use something that came from your brain that you sweated and cried and obsessed over. Seeing someone use it and find it practical for their everyday life is just a beautiful thing to see, and I can't explain it, but it is just a surreal experience. So shout out to her for creating this tag, for being a fragrance journal lover, and shout out to Alexis, because she said she watched Alexis' video and Alexis put her own. So shout out to Trusters of Alexis. Shout out to everybody. I just love everybody. But yeah, so she created this tag. It's super dope. So let's get into it. So first question, how long have you been recording YouTube videos? So I actually went back to look, because I was like, I don't know. And my first video went up in January of 2022, and it is now October of 2024. So we are just shy of 3 years. We're about a little over 2.5 years of creating YouTube videos. Do you record on a phone or a camera? I record on a camera. It is a Sony ZV-1. There's a part of me that wants to say I'm not a fan of it, and it's because I'm not. But I don't really know how to work my camera. I've had this camera for just as long. Yeah, I got this camera in 2021 for my birthday. It was a gift. I did ask for it and I got it. It's a $700 camera. And I just feel like, I don't know. To be honest, like I said, I don't really know how to work it all the way. So I can't really say it's not great, because I don't really know what half the buttons mean. I literally open up my camera and press record. I can't give you no more than that. I've learned like 2 things. How to like make sure it's leveled, how to adjust the brightness, how to adjust the exposure, like stuff like that. That's it though. I don't know how to do nothing else. So I feel like I fully can't say that I don't like it. However, I can say that I don't. This is I guess what I say I didn't understand. This is a vlogging camera and not like a sit down record 2-3 hours worth of content camera. And so that was a big hindrance when I first started, because I was like, I'm ready to do more than one video, but I can't because the camera dies. So, and even when the camera doesn't die, it overheats, because I have the exposure set or the ISO set a certain way, and it's a lot of lights and keeping up, and so it dies really quickly, or hold on. Hello? Okay. That don't even... Anyway, I forgot what I was saying, but the battery dies quickly and the camera overheats quickly. So what I mean when I say vlogging camera, it's meant for, oh, you're out and about, record a minute or 2 here, 2 or 3 minutes here, 5 minutes here, but like to just sit up and record straight through for an hour or 2 at a time. It's not really made for that, and I don't think I really understood. I know I didn't understand that when I got the camera. So on one hand, for what I primarily do, I don't love it for that, but I also don't use the camera to its fullest capacity. So I still keep using it, because at the end of the day, it's serving a purpose, but I'm not crazy about it. All right. Do you record in HD or 4K? I don't know. I don't know. I think it can record in 4K, but I don't know how to do it, and I don't set anything up to do it. I told you I just open the camera and press record, and that's what it is. I'm almost certain it can do 4K, but I just press record. So the answer is I don't know, because I honestly don't know. So I'm going to say HD because I don't know. How do you plan your content? So it's a mixture of things. I did bring one of my journals that I pretty much just almost done with, because I wrote a lot of my content in here. What I try to do is, well, okay, so this is like when I'm being top tier, when I'm being like super responsible on top of my content. What I'll do is I'll sit down and write what month we're in. So if this is October, I would sit down and I would write October content. I would write October content at the top. I would write down all the ideas, all the things that I either need to talk about, want to talk about, is current topics, whatever. I would sit and write them all out, okay? That's one or two pages. And then in the next couple of pages, each thing that I wrote out, I would write everything that I want to, not everything, but every product that I want to talk about in that video. So like last year during the fall, I did a fall series. Each week was a different topic in the theme of fall. So I think it's still in here. Let me see if I can find it. I probably should have found this ahead of time. Hold on. Okay, so I don't know if this is a good example of what I mean. My brain be all over the place. Girl, you ain't got diagnosed yet. Not yet. Okay, so let's just do this for example. So last year when I wanted to do my 25 days of content. So this journal has been through it. I apologize. So like, I don't think y'all can see it, but at the top here it says 25 days of content. And so I write down every idea that can come to me. At the end of it, I have 34 videos that I thought of throughout the day at work, whatever, that I thought to do, okay? So one of them is back to school fine fragrance mist, and another one is back to school perfumes. Another one says fall fragrance wardrobe, okay? Another one says layering combos. This is just literally the ideas that come to me, you know, whatever. Then, so in another page, after I write everything down that I want to do, on a separate page, I actually write out what is included under the things that I'm talking about. So, for example, one of the videos written down was transitional fall fragrances. So, I write up here, it says transitional fall, and then I wrote down the perfumes or products that came to mind. So that when I come home, I grab my journal and I just grab everything that I wrote down. Or if I'm already at home, whatever, whenever I decide to film the video, I grab my journal and I grab all the products that I talked about. So here it is, back to school. See, back to school, fine fragrance mist, and then we have perfume. And so then I wrote down everything that I want to talk about, or all the products that I want to talk about, so that when I go home or when I get ready to film, I can just go in the room and grab said things. The last thing that I do is, so this is my fall, here you go, my series. So this is my November videos. So I do, when I'm responsible, I do take my time and I plan things out. So this was my fall perfume spray. So I like wrote down sprays, and then I had, these are all like the body sprays that I wanted to talk about. The other theme for that, another theme for that year was cozy. So everything that reminded me of like cozy vibes. That video did go up. And then Apple, I did that one. So all the Apple products that I had, wrote that down. Sometimes I'll go on Fragrantica and write down what's in this category, like write that stuff down. So that I do that. The last thing that I do, once I write everything down, I'll go back to that first list where I actually wrote everything I wanted to talk about. I don't know why I do this, but if I film the video, I don't think that's coming up. Can you see? My handwriting is bad, but it's for me, not for y'all. But if I film the video, I'll put a check mark. And if I filmed and edited the video, it gets a star. So when I look through, I know if it has a check mark, I filmed it, but I just haven't edited and uploaded it. If it has a star and a check mark, it's already filmed, it's already edited, and it's already uploaded. It might not be ready for y'all. I mean, it might not be public for y'all to see, but at least it's filmed and edited and uploaded and ready to go. That was a long explanation, but That's my disorganized, organized way of creating content, when I'm like on top of it and doing everything I'm supposed to do. One of my videos for my fall series was I took Halloween candies and turned them into like layering combos, which I should do that again. I had an idea to do like fall drinks, like spiced iced caramel macchiato, like make it into a perfume. But yeah, so I wrote down like everything that I wanted to layer with. I know y'all can't see that. I don't know why I keep showing y'all. But yeah, that's how I do it when I'm like on top of it. There is a method to the madness. And I do write things down and try to be, you know, be a little bit organized. That was a long answer. Okay. Do you batch record? Yes, I do. Again, when I'm on top of everything and do what I'm supposed to do, the goal is to film 3 videos every time that I sit down to film. 3 is my norm. 3 is comfortable for me. 4, I start getting a little strange. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. 1 you can do 1, but it's just not as helpful. I've been doing a lot of one-offs lately because I've just been like kind of not in the mood, and you know, I was the 25 days that threw me off, but like it's just always good. 3 is my sweet spot. 3 is, I like to do 3 every time I sit down. 3 is good for me. Also 2, it's just it helps me to stay on top of posting consistently. My goal is to always post 3 times a week. It doesn't always happen, but we normally get there for the most part. So what a lot of times will happen is, okay, say I record 3 videos on Monday and another 3 videos on, I don't know, Thursday or Friday. Sometimes what'll happen is, oh, another product may have dropped, so I'll go to Sephora, pick it up. That video is gonna go up on Wednesday now. So now the other 2 videos that I filmed from Sunday, 1 went up on Monday, but I still have 2 other videos that I was gonna put up this week, but now I got a new video because it's more current that goes up on Tuesday. Then I can still have one for Friday. Now I still got an extra one that I can use for next week. So, and then if I film another one on Friday, another 3 on Friday, now I'm ahead of my content. I'm not behind. So now I have an extra video so that if I didn't get a chance to film, if I got busy, oh, throw up this video. And I try to be intentional about, I don't know if I try to be intentional, but I do understand the difference between like evergreen content versus like time sensitive content. So like evergreen content just meaning it's not necessarily connected to a time and a place and a season. It can go up anytime, versus time sensitive things like we're talking about fall. So a fall video will come before a video going over a collection video. When it's Christmas time, holiday themed video is going to go up before, you know, a vlog or something like that. It just depends. But I do try to do time sensitive things as well as evergreen, so that I try not to get behind. I feel like there was something else I was gonna say. I can't remember, but the short answer is yes, I do batch film. The goal is to film 3 videos every time I sit down. It don't always happen, but when I'm in my groove, I do 3 at a time. Do you record your videos in one take? Based on when I watched Liz's video, what I think the question means is, like, do you re-record your videos? Or do you just record one time and pretty much post it? And the answer, do I film my videos in one take? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I leave a lot of the mistakes and stuff in there. I leave that. Well, let me not say that. I do film it in one take. I do try to cut out a lot of the dead air. I say a lot. I'm working on it, but it's really hard. It's just in my everyday language. So I do say a lot. I try to catch some of those. I be sniffing in between. Like hard sniffs. So I'll like cut those out and stuff. But for the most part, I leave stuff in. I leave it in. My aesthetic, my vibe is very laid back and chill. So I don't strive for perfection. And as a person who deals with toxic perfectionism anyway, I just run the complete opposite way so that I can have progress. Because when you have toxic perfectionism, it hinders you from doing things. And as a person who's just recently on the other side of toxic perfectionism, we're really trying to get to the other side. It's very crippling. It's very, you just don't accomplish anything because you're just always nervous about it being perfect and all the things. So I said all that to say, the way my content is the extreme opposite of it. The way my content is the extreme opposite of perfectionism, because I am working on, it's because I know how I can be. And I know how long I've waited to do certain things and waiting until it's perfect, until it's right to do certain things. When in reality, that's just not the way life goes. That's just not the way things happen. Things don't happen. It's very rare that you're going to get it perfect and then start. You start and you perfect it along the way. That's why I always say, and I know people want more perfume merch and it will come, but consistency over perfection is going to be included in merch, because it's literally my life motto. It's literally my current mantra, my mood. Consistency over perfection. Consistency over perfection as to what I continue to tell myself. That's the model that I'm living by. That is the era that I'm in. It's just to be consistent, to consistently show up and just try to get better along the way. So I said all that to say, no, I have once or twice like filmed the video and then it was really, really bad. Like just something was really, really terrible. And so I have refilmed it. But that happened, I think, maybe like twice. Maybe twice. Sometimes if something is really bad, I'll just cut that piece out of the video at the most. But yeah, no. I do not be refilming. I do not go back through. I will say I do a lot of self-editing in real time because since I'm the one editing and I kind of remember in my head, how can I say this that makes sense? Since I'm the one that's editing, I know how future me is going to feel about something when I go to edit it. So I start making adjustments in real time as I'm filming based on how I know I'm going to feel when I sit down to edit, if that makes sense. So I do a lot of self-adjusting in real time. Going back over, saying a phrase over if I didn't like how it came out, if it sounded really bad or stupid or something. So I do that a lot. I do a lot of self-adjusting in real time. But as far as like filming a whole video and then sitting down, oh, I didn't like it, let's film the whole thing again. No. No. Sometimes I'll be looking at a mess. Just post it. Consistency over perfection is my mantra. Let me change my battery, because what I talk about, battery always dying. Let me change it and we'll come back and finish. Okay. How long does it take you to edit one video? I've never sat down and timed it. That's a hard question. It also depends on how long the video is. It also depends on like how many pictures I need to add, how many screenshots, or like if I have to add the fragrance notes, so I have to add that in on the video. If I have to add like stuff in the lower thirds, like adding words and stuff at the bottom. All of that stuff factors in. And I also want to say I am a very mediocre to basic editor. My editing skills are minimal to none. But even at that, it still takes a long time. I guess however long your video is, I would say it takes me twice as long to edit it. If I have to do a lot of lower thirds, if I have to go and find pictures, if I have to take screenshots or copy the fragrance notes and put that in, all of that adds up and takes time. And then you have to go back and mark where you were at, so you have to remember to come back and add that in. And then when you get to the video, that's why don't nut me in my description box, because baby, I'm tired by the time I get there. So yeah, sometimes one video takes me like 3 hours. And I'm admitting I am a basic editor. Like, I know the bare minimum you need to know to get a video up. I have the minimal skills available. I don't add no music underneath. Like, I understand it's the bare minimum. Okay? Even still, like, it's still, if you recorded a 50-minute video, by the time you cutting in and stuff, you might end up with a 35-minute video, but it's still gonna take you at least I'm gonna say 2.5 to 3 hours to do it. It takes time. It takes a little minute, especially if you have to add certain things. That's why, like, hauls and stuff are the easiest videos to do, because you don't really have to do anything to them. You just show the product, talk about it, I like it, I don't like, or not even I like it, I don't like it. This is what I bought. Easiest kind of videos to do, because you ain't gotta really do nothing. Do you work full-time in a traditional job, or are you a full-time content creator? If you do work a traditional job, do you work from home or do you travel? I do have a full-time job. It is not, I don't work 9 to 5, but I do work 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. I do have a schedule though. Let me just say that. It's not 9 to 5, but I do have a schedule and I do work 8 hours a day every day. A lot of times overtime because I just feel like if you ain't got low and and this don't count for y'all who are salary. Y'all who are salary, God bless you, okay? But when you still are an hourly employee, I just feel like you gotta have just a little piece of overtime. And every time I don't put no overtime on the check, I be like, whoa, what am I supposed to do with this? Where is the rest of it? Check be looking a little on the thinner side. So I am an hourly employee. I do work 40 hours a week. I'm a full-time employee. And I do like to put just a little piece of overtime on my check. Because I don't know. You just need it. I do travel for work, but my commute is, I feel like there wasn't a sentence. I do travel for work, but my commute is not excessive. It's 18 minutes. And I know that because the apartment before was a little bit closer. Okay, and I feel the difference. I do feel the extra 5 minutes. But yeah, it takes me like 20 minutes to get to work. And I be pushing it for every minute. I've been getting better. I leave the house a little bit earlier and earlier. But sometimes I leave right at the minute where the only thing I have enough time to do is pull up and park and walk in the door. But yes, I do have a regular job. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I go to work just like everybody else. Have you ever been recognized by a stranger from your channel? If so, how did it make you feel? I have. I was picking up a Bath and Body Works order. And the girl who made my order, she was like, that name looked real familiar. Because, I mean, how many other videos do you meet in life? So, yeah, we chopped it up. We was in that Bath and Body Works for about like 20, 30 minutes just talking. We took a picture together. It was a time. It was a vibe. Yeah, I ain't feel no way. It was exciting. Like, it was cool. Like, oh, hey. Like, it was a cool experience. I'm glad that was my first experience, was like somebody being, you know, cool and chill. I will say one reason I never say where I work is because I don't want nobody coming up there, because I do not be in a good mood at work. I can tell you that much. I'm not ashamed of where I work or what I do for work, but I would hate for somebody to recognize me at work, because my face be like this the whole time. Like, no smiles. No, I don't want to be here. Why are you talking to me? Why are you here? And I wish I could say that wasn't the case, but it is. I am not. I told y'all when I left work, when I went on my 5-day vacation, everybody said I looked refreshed when I came back. And by the end of the week, people was like, you need another vacation. I wish I could say, now, not to my coworkers. Let me just say that. My coworkers, they all love me. We're all great. It's not like that. I'm just saying, like, being actually at work. Like, why am I here? What am I doing here? How am I not a millionaire yet? Just those type of things. But yeah, being recognized by strangers, I will say sometimes I be thinking like, because sometimes I do run out the house, leave the house real quick, and I look homely, I look, you know, stressed, I look like nobody ever loved me. I'm like, Vinia, what if you ran into somebody from your YouTube channel? I'm like, they just gonna have to shoot you me do. So I do think about that, like trying to be more conscious of like how I present myself when I leave the house, and not because I think I'm important or famous now, but I feel like I should prepare myself to be that way. Do I think I'm gonna be famous? I don't know what's gonna happen in my life. I don't know how the Lord gonna bless me, but I feel like I should be preparing myself now for my future. I'm just chatty Cathy today. Is there one perfume you love that everyone else seems to dislike, or do dislike a perfume everyone else loves? I can give you both. When I first watched this video, I was like, I don't think there's one. There is. I love Say Noir by Beyonce. I love it. It is a compliment getter. It is long lasting. It was on the higher end, but it performs like a niche perfume. It's a designer perfume, but it has niche perfume qualities. I love it. I love the smell. Love it. The girls do not like it. The girls do not like Say Noir. And I'm not just saying content creators, like people in my real life. It's so crazy though, because every time that I've gotten a compliment while I'm wearing it, people love it. And they're like, I want to buy it. What is it? But then like when I like would bring it around people to smell, sometimes it's either a hate or a love. Sometimes people hate it and they're like, that smells like an old lady. I don't want that. Or they're like, I love it. Write it down so my husband can buy it for me. Write it down so he can buy it for me. It's such a polarizing experience. But when the girls don't be going up for Say Noir. They don't. But when I be getting compliments, it's from regular people who don't know nothing about perfume, didn't even know Beyonce dropped a perfume. They're not like, oh my gosh, that Beyonce perfume smells so good on you. They're like, oh my gosh, you smell so good. What is that? It be Saint Noir. I promise. They're like, somebody was like, well, you put out something different because it doesn't smell like that when you let me smell it. I'm like, I promise it's not. This is Saint Noir. It's good. The girls don't like it. Now one that I dislike that everybody loves, I mean, let me count the ways. Devotion. I have all the smoke for Devotion all the time. I'm also gonna say Charosa 71. She's currently made my hit list as of lately. I had just come to the realization that I don't like her. I don't like her. And I know that's y'all girl. But I don't like her. And the other one I'm gonna say is Love Don't Be Shy. The girls go up and go crazy for Love Don't Be Shy, but it's just now in Love Don't Be Shy's defense, I be going up for all the flankers. I'm not the flankers, the dupes. I have several different dupes of Love Don't Be Shy from different places, from Arabian perfume brands to black owned brands to black owned perfume oils. Like I mess with the dupes, but the me and the OG, we do not see eye to eye. I actually do one of my videos perfectly that I'm gonna do this month is my It's a Dupe or Not for Love Don't Be Shy, where I talk about all the Love Don't Be Shy dupes that I have. But yeah, them some of the ones that the girls love that I just don't see it for. If you could go back and give yourself one piece of advice before you started your YouTube journey, what would that be? Now I thought about this. There's two answers. There's two answers to this question. The honest answer is I wouldn't tell myself nothing. Why? Because I am an overthinker. I can overthink and outthink myself out of the most basic things. It could be something that I have done a million times every single day, but as soon as you ask me a question about it or to show you something, I'm immediately like, I've never done this before in my whole life. I don't know how to do this. I've never done this before. I am just an extreme overthinker, and so there's nothing that I could say to myself that I wouldn't try to figure out or overthink or mess up, or like I could I could not have a future me come back to me and say something that I wouldn't try to like analyze and figure out, okay, what's that mean? What you trying to say? You know the future, so what you're trying to give me a hint? Okay, what does that mean? Like, I just could not tell myself anything. And on top of that, I feel like the way that I have grown and learned about my channel, about creating content, and the way that I've been doing it, I feel like is the right way to do it. And so even mistakes I made, I feel like it's all necessary for the journey. I feel like it's all part of the process. So the first answer is I wouldn't tell myself anything because I know I would mess it up, and I'm proud of the way that I have learned and grown my channel. I feel like it's the right way. Like, I knew coming into this that I'm not the traditional standard of beauty. That don't mean I don't think I'm not the ish. That don't mean I'm not beautiful. But I understand society and all the things, that I understand that my path will be my own. It will be one that I paid for myself. And I came into it with that mindset, and I feel like I've been relatively successful thus far. I feel like even mistakes that I made, dropping the ball with certain things, I feel like it's all part of the experience. And so I feel like I've done it the right way. Now, the other answer is I feel like if I weren't a person who overthought things and would mess everything up, what I would tell myself is just be yourself. Because that's unintentionally what I've done, and it has paid off. I say unintentionally because I did not know that what I was doing and who I am was something that was different or special or unique. I didn't even know that I was a person that was considered creative. I didn't know that that's what that was. Like, there's so much that I've learned about myself that I didn't know. And I did not come into this with the intention. I didn't really have any intentions other than just to start recording. Like, that's literally it, was start recording. And I didn't even, what I thought my channel was going to be about is not even what my channel is about. Like, I thought my channel was going to be about something totally different. And like in my first couple of videos, you can see that I like thought my channel was going to be about one thing. And then after like 2 or 3 videos, I just was like, no. So, that's all I had to say. I feel like being myself has worked for me, but I didn't know that that was the plan. I did not know that that's what I was doing. And I cannot take credit for that. Like, I planned to come into this to be myself. And I didn't know that me being myself was something different. Because to be honest, and I'm just going to tell the truth, I'm the devil. If I had known that the way I created content and the way I show up on camera was different, I probably would have tried to be somebody else. because I'd have no intentions on trying to be different or standing out from the rest in that way. I very much would like to come in and just assemble and be in my little corner, you know? So if I had known that my personality and all those things was different from the norm, I probably would have tried to be like everybody else, and it would have worked out. So I would eventually have to come back and be myself. The fact that I entered into it with like zero expectations and just record and just understand that your path is not going to be everybody else's, and it's going to be, you know, long, but it's going to be your own. It's going to be authentic. That's all I really had. And that's all I still have. I don't have nothing else. And I feel like the way I've been doing it and growing it is the right way to do it. I've learned and grown, and I'm still learning and growing along the way, still making mistakes, still making adjustments, figuring things out as I go. But I feel like that's honestly the best way to do it. And anytime I talk to somebody about content, and it's not from this high and lofty place, because I ain't nobody, I ain't did nothing, I ain't nobody, okay? But when other people say to me, you know, oh, I'll be thinking about, you know, whatever, my answer is always do it. My answer is always do it, but my answer is always also to be consistent. To be consistent. To be consistent. Let me say it one more time. To be consistent. That is the difference that I have learned, I've grown. What separates people is not being better. It's not being better. It's not. It doesn't matter. It's showing up and being consistent is what I feel like the difference is. And so that's what I would tell myself, is to be yourself and be consistent. But I feel like I've already done that, so I'm not going to tell myself because I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to mess it up. But yeah, I've talked a lot. This was really good. This was really fun. Shout out to Naturally Liz, because this was very creative. This is very thought-provoking, a very thought-provoking creator tag. This was very fun. I'm gonna tag some people, even though I'm pretty sure everybody I'm gonna tag already got tagged, but I'm gonna tag you anyway because tag you're it. And yeah. So y'all have just everybody let me know. I don't know. Y'all can just put whatever you want to talk about in the after party. I don't really got no questions. But yeah, I love y'all all so much. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.